Hola, chamas.
Perfect. Yeah, let's definitely speak a little bit louder these days.
Okay, so this tone will be alright?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay. Are we ready?
I mean, I'm literally on camera every Friday, so this is...
On camera?
Yeah,
Wait,
just
you
for
have a
work.
YouTube?
No, like work requires me to do like videos on explaining clothing. And then you see like some items, you'll see me explain the item in there. Didn't you know this?
I know, I did.
I have not seen any of that.
Yeah, like I obviously
I've
never
just seen,
seen. I mean, I seen like one. I regret it completely because it's
Yeah.
so awkward to see yourself in camera.
Yeah.
But like, they're there.
That's why,
They're
like,
there.
for my real estate, like, I should be doing more of, like, oh, they want you to be in front of the camera doing, like, the market stats and telling people, like, in your area. And I'm like, I'm just too shy. And so, like, I put it off and I put it off. But, like,
But the thing
it's
is, like,
really good.
Like
to
the thing is,
sell
at least
something.
with me, when I told that I needed to do these videos, my thing was like, fuck it, nobody really knows me in this country, so who cares? You know,
Yeah.
like, and I had my mask on.
Really? You wear your mask while doing these videos?
But then, like, now we no longer do it.
Yeah.
And the first day that I didn't have to wear my mask on, I was like, I felt completely naked, and I was like, fuck, this is now getting
It was like,
real.
That's how I felt at
Yeah,
work.
yeah, my mask gave me some sort of like protection, yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm like completely like my bare
Now
face
you know
is
what I
there.
really look like.
Like, hi, daddies. Call me.
Right.
So funny.
Love that.
All right.
All right. Are we ready?
Okay.
Hello, modern day hippies. We are here on a Tuesday night, and we have a special guest.
Our special guest is Nelly Nelson.
Nelson.
Hello, everyone. This is me.
What?
Thank you for having me, girls.
Oh, thank you. This is so exciting.
A
Such an
dream
honor.
come true.
Thank you. No, this is just an honor, and I feel very pleased that you guys take the time to invite me to your show.
Yeah.
Well, in the podcast room.
In the
Yes.
podcast room, we set the vibe just for you. We haven't done this for any other guests. So.
We have not. The lights are off. We got some sage. We got some candles. We have this sunset lamp that I got for Janita for her birthday,
Yeah.
I think, or Christmas. And it looks like, I don't know,
So sexy.
It looks so sexy. This totally set the mood for us.
with some red wine.
It's
And
just
we are
right.
here.
There we go.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. This one is really good.
Some 19 Crimes Red Blend. Yummy.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yes. So, some background about Nelson. Nelson was my first friend in Chicago. We met at our pizza place that we worked at. We opened the place together, and since then we've been close ever since. We had a new girl experience where I lived with Nelson and our friend Chris. So it was, who's that girl? It's Tay.
Do you remember those times?
Yeah,
though?
it was so fun, and some of that time was during COVID too. So it was so we did some bonding.
Yeah, we totally did. And I remember it was me and Chris first, and then we moved with it to this three bedroom apartment, and then Tay came over, and it was literally two boys with the girls. So it felt pretty much like the show.
Yeah.
Just instead of being Jess, it was a Tay.
It's a Tay.
A Tay.
But we had so much fun,
We did.
and yeah, now we're here and we're living life.
Yeah. And I know Nelly because of Tay, so that's how that happened. I worked with them for like 2 seconds.
Right? Literally 2 seconds.
2 seconds, guys. It was literally like a day and a half. So
She came back from Spain and she was living on my couch and she was like, I need to get a job. And we're like, hey, come work at Aurelio's.
She brought it in, and
I fucked up. I really fucked up.
I mean, but everybody fucks it up at work.
It's all right.
At least we still remain friends.
Hey, free mimosas. Can't deny that.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It was a fun experience, though.
It was so fun. So you've worked at some restaurant industry places.
Right.
And what are you doing now?
So this is the most immigrant story ever, but like I started off as at a restaurant job. It was a really good experience because I not only like saved money but also like met some great people. Like I mean, most of my friends now, like even after 3 years after I left that job, I mean we still remain friends, and like 90% of my friends are from that place, and that's something that I'm very grateful for. But after I left the company, I've been always involved in the creativity and like artsy stuff, and I wanted to do something more in that field. So like obviously as a gay man, I mean I love that fashion, and I think like fashion is one of those things that allows you to express yourself and to show to the world who you really are, no matter how colorful you look or like neutral like outfits you wear. It always kind of like represents who you are. Or at least that's the intention of fashion. So eventually I found this job, and I've been with this company. I mean, after that, my company got bought out for a bigger one. That's the one that I'm currently working for, and I got promoted to this role of being a digital stylist, and now I work as a digital stylist.
Amazing!
Yes.
You have a passion for fashion, baby.
That's gonna be my tattoo.
Yeah?
No.
Seriously?
Tatted on your neck.
Yeah,
You know what's cool is that like I feel like now in newer days people are more fashionable and like fashion forward, and like they're having high style fashion on a budget and kind of things like that, and like with Instagram people are always popping off.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this
True.
job is like something that's needed now. I
Yes.
mean almost like
Yes.
a needed job.
Yes.
And so cool to have. So can you like explain kind of what kind of fashions do you primarily work with, or like people, or get into that?
100%. In that, to your point, that's a very valid point, because I feel like it was like a shift after like some sort of like period.
It was almost after COVID.
Yeah, and social
it was
media.
like people like inside all the time, and now
it has a lot to do with it, because I feel like social media went from tweets to showing pictures, and people always want to look good in pictures, so they kind of like elevated the whole fashion game. No matter if you buy designer or if you buy like off the rack, people will now put an effort to look good in like Instagram and TikTok and social media as a whole thing. Mm-hmm. And that was something that intrigued me and pushed me more into the job that I'm doing now, and also like figuring it out. Like sometimes some of my friends think that my job is basically playing the Barbie, because I get to like dress people, but it goes more than that. You know, it goes more than that, because it's also about to make people happy and comfortable in their own skin by wearing clothing. Because I mean, it goes more of a. It goes to like, I have one client that she was like, "Hey, I have a disease that is going to kill me within a year, and I want to look good before I die. Help me with this."
Hey.
And I mean, that to me as a newcomer is like, wait, I had to call my manager. Hey, she was like, well, she asked you to make her happy, you should make her happy with clothing. So that it goes beyond like just like dressing people. It also goes to like to the psyche of people, like how they want to present themselves to the world, and how they want to be like observed and perceived by others. And that's something that I take pride of. Not only about me dressing them, it's also like making them feel good. And to your question, I like to work with, I mean, fashion goes from A to C, but I currently really am passionate about sustainability and healthy resources of materials to the world, because now we are falling into this trend where we need to be fashion every day. And I get it. Yeah, I mean, we need to be presentable to the world every day, but you don't have to buy clothing every day to look that well, you know? So I'm kind of like being more mindful, and I'm trying to push like new and up and coming designers that also need help, because it's not only about the big names that everybody already knows, but also it comes to like smaller and independent designers that are trying to make their own like statement in the world. and companies that are trying to be more sustainable focused. So I feel like that's a niche in fashion that needs to be explored and be more put out there, because it's also part of each one of us to make sure that the world is also still healthy while we also still look fashion.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's,
I love that.
Yeah, that's kind of like where my main goal is as a stylist, to make people aware that it's not only anymore about looking good. It's also looking good while you're also like mindful about what you're wearing.
Helping the environment.
Yes, exactly.
Being a modern day hippie.
And being a modern day hippie, right?
Modern day hippie.
Yes.
That's so interesting that you said that, though, that it goes beyond of just styling people. It's also the fact of, being that kind of like customer service role. Like, we have that background of, helping people in that certain way. And I never even thought of it like that. You want to dress that person into something that they feel confident in. And I think fashion right now is such a big thing where, you want to feel hot as fuck walking down the sidewalk in whatever you're wearing, whether it's just like some yoga pants and,
Right.
It's crazy.
Even if you get your clothes from Wally World, like, you want to look hot in what you're wearing and you want it to look good on your body.
Yes,
especially
exactly.
after COVID now, because we're going out, things are opening up, we are walking down those streets now every day.
It was hard to shift from sweatpants to jeans again.
Yeah.
Of course.
Jeans feel awkward now. Like, oh my god, am I wearing jeans now? Like,
Right.
like we were like so comfy at
Like,
home.
adjusting the size of your jeans too. Like, I know I went through that. Like, after COVID, it was like, okay, I was wearing this size and now I'm this size. It's like, oh fuck. Like, and then, like, obviously after you're working out or doing whatever you do as a person, like, and then you go back and you're like, oh shit. Like, do I look good? Are these too tight? Are they loose enough? Like, whatever. But
And that's where the technicality of my job comes to play, because also there's like this like perception of it just being clothing, but then also it's not only clothing, it's what works well in everybody's bodies. And we also are in an age where everybody's everybody's okay to feel great in their body types, and that's something that I applaud, because that's something that didn't happen before a lot. So now everybody's feeling very comfortable in their own skin. So now the main goal is, okay, we now know that you love your body, no matter how your body looks like, but let's make sure that whatever you wear is also something that you will love to be wearing.
right.
So that's
That
also
it
something
looks good on you.
Exactly.
And, like, it's not wearing you, you're wearing it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So do you have any tips as a digital stylist for different body types, or I don't know, like how do you do your job?
Okay, for sure. Yeah. So one of my, I always like to ask because it's something really funny that I learned with my job, is that people love to tell what they don't like, but they have a really hard time trying to explain why they like. So whenever you ask them, hey, what's your favorite brand? Or so I can have an idea and I can filter these ideas in my head so I can like present them with outfits and stuff. I always ask them, I used to ask them, like, hey, what's your favorite brand? Or do you have a style icon or whatever? Now, and they have always had like, oh, I don't really have a favorite brand, or I don't really have a celebrity style icon. So now I understand that they have a harder time saying that. So what I ask them now is like, hey, what color you wouldn't wear? What piece of clothing you hate? And they immediately answer those questions, and based on that I will have an idea of what they would like to wear. So for body types, we have like standard, or like we're talking about human bodies, and you can only go so much with it. And there's like these names or tags for them. It's like apple shape, or triangle shape, or rectangular shape. So each one of these body types requires different clothing, so for them to accentuate what the client wants to accentuate, or for them to like, because nowadays again people are so happy and in love with their bodies that no matter what body type you are, you're also like okay with wearing whatever you want, But some clients, they actually follow the rules, go by the rules or whatever you want to call it, and they would like to have pieces that are like better for the body types, right? So let's say that you're a pear shape, right? Pear shape meaning you're broad in the shoulders and also broad in your hips, right? So it kind of gives you
Like that hourglass.
like the hourglass. Yeah,
yeah.
sorry, my bad. It was the hourglass. So it's
That
kind of one of the
pear.
hourglass body type. So for those body types, what I always suggest is doing like the V-necks, because that will like in length, add some length to your body, to your torso, elongate your torso. And then also I will always recommend my clients to do, because what we wanna do with this one is that we want to accentuate the waist, because that's the main focus of your body. So for that we can do like a peplum top, which is a top that kind of like have a little like flow after it hits you on the waist.
Oh, cute.
Or if you're doing dresses, maybe a fit and flare, which is gonna be fitted in the torso, but then it flares on the waist.
Yeah.
So you can like maybe hide a little bit your hips if you're trying to reach that goal. Or if you're going for jeans, I will also recommend a flare jeans that now are coming back.
Yeah.
And flare jeans will like add some volume towards your ankle, so the distribution of your body in the proportions will be equal, from broad shoulders to broad hips to then broad to some flare towards the ankle. So it will give more a proportional look to your body. If you're like a shorter person and you're looking to add some more length to your body, I would actually recommend to wear like skinny jeans, because even though that people are hating skinny jeans now, those will absolutely like add some length to your figure, and with a heel, some more like length to it as well. So that's kind of like those little tricks that will like make you polish even more your already great personal style.
You hear that to all the shorties out there?
I know. I love me some heels.
I know, but honestly, I disagree on the skinny jeans. Right now I'm wearing like mom jeans right now, but I think for me personally, I have so many different styles.
Right.
Where I have flare jeans, I have skinny jeans, I have mom jeans, what are the other
Boot
kinds?
cut boyfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of the above,
Yeah.
I feel like I have different
Wide
styles,
leg.
which is so kind of interesting to have.
Mhm.
That you can just do, like, one day do one thing another.
Right.
Yeah.
But, wow.
I feel like
There's
for
so
me
much that
it's-
goes into the...
Yeah,
there's
there's a
so
lot
much
that
that goes
goes
to
into
it.
it.
So it's not only playing the Barbie, it's also putting some thoughts into your clients. Like I have this one guy, I obviously won't disclose any of that information, but like this one client that's he wanted to completely change his wardrobe. He just went through a divorce, so he was like, hey, I need to like look better. I don't wanna, what's the secret? And to me the secret is always look cool without looking like you're trying too hard to look cool. And that's a skill that not many people have. So like
Right.
it's when you have to come to me.
That's when you need Nelly.
That's when you need me.
Nelly boy. One thing that you did mention is that you ask your clients, what don't you like?
Yes.
Which I think is so interesting, because I think if you just ask me right now, like, what is your favorite brand? I'd be Forever 21, Urban Outfitters, but there's so many things in that. And if you know, okay, this is for sure what I don't like, you could definitely give them a few examples of something that's like, maybe it's a little bit out there on that side, but maybe they'll like it because it's something different, but it's also in the same category of something that, they're not
Right.
opposed to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that's also them exploring their...
Funny story. The color purple, for some reason, is the one color that everybody that seems to not like.
Purple.
Yeah.
Purple, and I love
That's
purple.
so funny because right behind you it's purple.
Yeah, and I love purple. I feel like after like so many clients telling me that they don't like purple, it became my favorite color.
Yeah.
Because
I like a light purple, like a pastel purple.
Yeah, that's a
I
cute
think
one.
That's so cute.
And I think the purple is like, I don't know, it's
Yeah.
fun. It's another color out there. So like,
That's interesting.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that again nowadays everybody can wear whatever they want and feel comfortable in it. It's just a matter about like how much attitude you put into your outfits as well.
Yeah.
Because the moment that you put something on and you think that you won't like it, then take it away and don't buy it. Because
Right.
because even if you buy it at home to put second thoughts in it, you will have another piece of clothing that you will never wear.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
and I think this happens to the most of us. I think.
Oh, for sure. I think you need to be confident in what you're wearing too,
Yes.
in order for it to
Yes.
look good on you. Because if you show that you're not confident in what you're wearing, it's just gonna it's gonna show.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what you like, and you know what you're comfortable in. And I can only push my clients so much.
Yeah.
You know, like I can tell them, like, hey, I think that this will look very great on you, but it's up to them at the very end of the night. They're the one buying. And I sometimes suggest things to my clients and they send me pictures and I see them like, no, please return that. I completely regret to send that to you. Like, okay, you get some wins, you also get some loses. Yeah, and that's totally fine too. And like, at the end of the night, it's just clothing.
Yeah, and it's okay it's like awesome to try different things that would be out of your comfort zone because you never know if you'd never like it, and that's in terms of anything, not just clothing.
Exactly.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, so these trends that you are styling your people with, and we were just saying that like flares are coming back.
Yes.
And you know, like the baggy jeans, those were probably from the 90s that have been coming back, but I feel like right now, in this like decade that we're in, that we're starting, I guess, there's just been so many different trends that have been coming back. Like, what is the style of 2020 right now? You know, like there's just so many different styles that are coming up and that have like been staying and people trying on different things. What are like some trends that you have noticed that have started like coming back more than like the flares or something that...
I think that at least for guys, like I feel like nobody suits it up anymore. Like
suits it up?
Yeah, like going to work with a suit is like, yeah. You can find like a comfy option that looks like a suit, but it's not necessarily like a suit anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think that looking like very like square and very like structure, if you want, it's like that's kind of like now the trend. Probably that this is just me, is to look relaxed and also well dressed at the same time, and it could go from a pair of jeans with a button up to like a whole suit. So it depends on like what pieces of what you're targeting. The key is like having a relaxed, cool look. It's no longer about like. Also, I feel like wearing major branding in your clothing is like a no thing to do anymore.
Remember Aeropostale?
Yes.
That or what is it called? Hardy. What is that brand?
Which one?
Tom Hardy?
Ed Hardy?
Ed Hardy, yeah. Do you remember, like, back in the day, the 2000s?
Yeah, even like the big names, like I see people like stealing Gucci, like go for it. I don't want to like, you know, like I don't want to like have a brand name in my body anymore. You know, it's no longer about that. I feel like the low key trend is like try new things, try new designs, discover what nobody else is wearing.
Right.
That's
cool.
That's the new thing.
That's the new thing. That's the one thing that everybody should be following.
Interesting.
Now. Yeah.
With a hint of color.
With a hint of color and a fun pop of I always call it a fun twist to your style.
Fun twist.
That line always gets my client. Oh yeah, you're right.
A nice little twist.
A nice little twist. Also support brands that are made in America. I think that's very valuable. A few of them, and I feel like there's like this misconception of like sustainable and homemade tends to be more expensive, and of course it won't be cheap as I don't know, other like cheap brand like Shein. Shein is one of my worst enemies in the world, I think. Like
we're coming for you, right?
Like I feel like there's like this misconception of being sustainable and made in America is kind of expensive. No, if you want to look good, you can invest some money in a fewer pieces and then look good year round with them versus buying trends that are going so fast that then you can even catch up. The moment that you order from these companies and then clothing is here, then what you got is already out of style for their customer.
Yeah.
Because
next season.
It's called fast fashion for a reason. It goes by so fast that you don't even have the time to catch up with them.
Right.
And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make you look that you are out of style every 3 weeks so you can buy them from them. That's the business model. Yeah. And we're falling into this trend that nobody should be following. I think that the trend is invest in good quality pieces that will last you longer and that you can play with. You can accessorize a pair of good quality jeans with shirts or a cute top and look great.
Like some statement pieces.
Statement pieces.
And that's
Staples.
what I've like noticed lately is that I used to buy, from like Forever 21, Shein, stuff like that, and it's way better to get something from, let's say, Zara, where I'm maybe paying $30 for a top, but that top is going to last me like at least 2 years.
Right.
Versus Shein, it's going to last me maybe a week.
2 days.
2 days.
2 days. Like one wash in the dryer machine, that and then the washing
right.
machine.
So
that's
like,
it.
what do you want? Like quality over quantity? Or,
and you want to look good, and people can tell, like people will tell where your clothes is made out of or where you bought it from, and there's nothing bad with it. It's also like you want to present yourself as you put some thought into it,
Yes.
and you're not following the trend. You also like put in, because it's okay to follow in a trend, but it's also alright, and this is when my job gets fun, when you cannot put your own personality into any outfits you made. Because everybody can be wearing like wide leg jeans or flare jeans now, but it depends on how you wear them and what is your personal touch into it that will make it your own jean or your own outfit. Because like if anything, everybody will look the same, and we don't want it to look the same.
Yeah.
Then there wouldn't be a point with fashion. The point of fashion is look good and different.
Yeah, I agree with that. So another big trend that's been happening, I feel like, within the last few years is thrifting, which I really like.
Yeah.
And there's a few different pages that I follow on Instagram where these accounts, I don't know where they're fucking finding all these pieces, but they're auctioning them, kind of like first come, first serve whoever wants it. And some of these pieces are just like amazing. And those are my statement pieces that I usually get from like thrifting, which is really cool. But I think, what do you think about thrifting?
I am a fan.
We love it.
I love thrifting. I think it's such a like good resource for like cool and good quality. Because most of the thrift pieces that we can find, like I don't know, there's this neighborhood in Chicago named Pilsen, and I was there like a couple months ago, and I found like Rag & Bone, which is like a significantly expensive brand, for $11. Like, so you can find some winners there. It's all about like being informed and what's good and what's not that good. And I feel like, I mean, let's be honest, like clothing that was made a few years ago are probably way more quality-wise better than pieces that are made in the recent times.
Like Shein.
Yeah.
Shein or whatever.
So like you can find like some good quality stuff by thrifting, and also they had like good shit. They had like cool stuff to wear.
Like vintage.
It's funky.
It's definitely a hit or miss though.
Yes,
and
yes,
it's a lot.
yes.
If you go into some of these thrift shops and they just have racks on racks on racks, like you have to spend your whole day at that one fucking store.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
It is very overwhelming. I do want to go thrift shopping soon though.
That's why you hire me, because if you want to get overwhelmed,
oh, Nelly boy,
you gotta hire me.
He'll spend all day going through that shop for you.
And that's why those are the most fun times for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, when you get somebody else's money to go shopping, I don't see.
Funny story is like also
Daddy.
it's really funny. Like, you know what? Like, I don't know. Like now that I work buying clothing for other people, and like it's pretty much my everyday, I feel like I don't do it for myself anymore, because it gets to the point that I've done this all week. I just don't want to.
Right, you don't want to look at clothes.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the thing, but like whatever. I mean, I still will look good with whatever I wear.
You gotta treat yourself.
Yes.
What would you say your style is?
Oh, that's an interesting question, and this is a question that I get a lot actually. I feel like my style is pretty much a modern day hippie, though, if you ask me, without trying to be cheesy about the podcast name. But I feel like I like to wear classic pieces that I can have fun with.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. You won't see me wearing like, I don't know, like the most wide pants out there. But you can see me wearing like a straight leg jean with a funky shirt, and I will make it work.
Almost hipstery.
With
some extra flair.
Yeah, I need to like make myself apart.
Yeah.
Right.
Poppy got some flair.
Yes.
Wait, side note. What do you guys think this man's accent is? Are you French?
Not French.
Maybe like one of your French girls?
No, I'm not French. I'm actually Venezuelan.
Poppy!
I'm a South American guy, and that's where my accent's coming from.
Are you single?
I am single, yeah. I am single, and I'm having my best time as well.
Good. So what does the future hold for you?
Okay, so today's a Tuesday, and I'm moving to New York City in 2 weeks from now.
Oh.
I was lucky enough last year to be in the city for a few times, and every time that I went there, I realized that it was a place that I would like to be more constantly. And I got the experience to go to New York Fashion Week to see some of the shows and to meet up all these designers and talk to them. And I think that the whole world makes sense in my life, and I finally make the decision and I'm doing it.
That's
Oh my
amazing.
God.
I know.
It's definitely where you need to be. I mean,
I
you
think
started
so.
this fashion journey.
I
You've got
think
it.
so, yeah.
I mean, New York is the place.
The Mecca, the capital of
Yeah, the
fashion.
capital of the fashion world.
So yeah, I'm very excited. I can't wait for you guys to come and visit me. And yeah, it's going to be new, weird, crazy, but who is in this? Where is
Right.
in these days? Yeah,
You just got to jump into it, and you're
Yeah.
gonna have the best of time.
taking as a
one day at a time.
yeah as it comes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you mentioned Fashion Week. Can
Yes.
you tell us a little bit about it? How was it? What you experienced?
Oh my God, it was such a surreal experience, especially like coming from such a small town like in my country and discovering like like when you see it in the movies and TV and the news, like how Fashion Week
It's such a
see
big
it.
deal.
it's literally
Like
that.
Beverly Hills Housewives,
It's
them
literally
prepping
that.
their outfits
Yes,
for the
yes,
week and
yes,
everything.
Yes, it's crazy to see. I mean, at least for me, seeing paparazzis outside taking pictures of me and like, hey, you wasn't your time with me. Like,
Yeah. I'm nobody.
I'm literally nobody. But thank you, I appreciate
Well,
it.
one day you'll be somebody.
I appreciate that from you. But like, yeah, it's crazy to see like all these celebrities coming into the shows. And I mean, of course, the celebrities are cool because they are the buyers. But it's also really, really cool to me to see how much effort is put into each one of those fashion shows. From the makeup artist to the hairdresser to the designer to the models. Everyone is so involved and so passionate about it that it becomes like such a beautiful experience to see like some like a pieces of art walking down the runway. And that's why I am so invested in this industry, because it's not only about like t-shirts and pants. It's also about like what the designer the thoughts of the designer put in behind it, and the story that that they want to tell. So I was able to come to this new designer. His name is Kenneth Nicholson, and he dressed this one guy for the Met Gala, and I'm like, this is a famous like Formula One racer, and I was there sitting with him, and then I'm like, how the fuck did I just went from being a server in my like 4 years ago to be sitting front row in this fashion show, seeing all this madness, and being completely oblivious about it. And like, this is amazing. It was one of the most amazing experience that I ever gotten to live. But then I was also able to come to these fashion talks where this is a person that I didn't even knew at the time. His name is Breadman Rock. Their name is Breadman Rock. This is a guy that is a famous, I don't know, YouTuber or Instagrammer, I don't know, one of those like
influencers.
Influencer, yeah, but see, this is how old I am.
Never that.
Yeah,
Never that.
He's one of these famous influencers, and I couldn't really understand what he was wearing, and I wanted to like see what their point of view was, and they say that they were so comfortable wearing what they were wearing because it represented who they were, and I'm sorry that I keep saying the word he, but at that moment it makes sense in my head. It clicked on me. Like, no, it didn't even matter if I didn't get it or get it what they were wearing. It was about what they felt like in it, and it was such a like switch in my head to be open to this new industry, because there's industry within the industry, and it's all about like the gender inclusive clothing, and now people are wearing different things that probably they wouldn't have dared to wear a few years ago. And it didn't matter because the crowd in the fashion week are so open about this that these people were feeling like at home by wearing that. And I'm like, this is the exact thing that fashion should do for people, like make them feel at home by being comfortable wearing whatever the fuck they want to wear. Yeah. And that was the moment that I understood that it also didn't really matter about my point of view as a stylist. It also matter to me to be open enough to understand everybody else's point of view, and that's the beauty of it, I think.
That is beautiful.
That's so powerful.
I
think
cry.
so.
Like that there's just so much more, and just trying it on there, like that, all those just clothes, it's so much more than that.
It goes beyond that.
Identifying someone as a person.
Yes,
it's like who I am.
Exactly, and I can. I don't even follow. I mean, I think that he's amazing. They're amazing for what they say that day, but like, I obviously won't follow their content because I'm not a. I don't necessarily like consume what their content is, but I respect this person for what they stood up and why they did what they did, and now they're making millions of dollars, and I'm like, this is something that that he should be proud of, and we also like look forward.
Yeah.
Like trying to represent yourself, not only how you feel inside, but also how you look outside as well.
All of that energy. It's
exactly.
just like that hard work and energy is something that they are putting themselves into. And it's so much more.
And I also got to like talk to one of my favorite designers, and it was kind of like a candy shop for me. I got to see my celebrities like designers. You know how like straight people like I don't know, like football players and shit.
Yeah.
I follow designers, and I got to meet a few of them that I actually love. Project Runway. I don't know if you guys know the show.
Love it.
One of the judges in the show was presenting in Fashion Week. I got to meet him, have a picture with him. His name is Brandon Maxwell. He's a sweetheart, and this is also really funny to me. Like all the designers were wearing black t-shirts, black jeans, black sneakers. It's so funny to me to see the contrast. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. To see what they wear and what they present.
Because they don't want to be the subject of the matter. They want to show their art on other bodies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
that's powerful.
That is very powerful. And I thought that was so impressive and so amazing to me. And I really, really loved the experience. It was a whole new thing. I met models, beautiful people, like... literally, these people came out of the Hunger Games. You know, like the Hunger Games where like, these people are like all perfect and like skin perfect and like tall and like how these people even exist? They do exist, and they're models for a reason. I also think.
Like, where did you come from?
I don't know.
Wild. Well, do you think you'll be invited again next year, or hope to be?
I hope so, yeah. I was invited for the winter one, but obviously I make so much money I cannot afford every time to go there.
Right.
I think once I'm there, it will be way easier for me to like be able to find my way back in. Not that I need to, but I mean I have a few connections that probably will invite me.
Right.
Not to brag about it, but I do.
Okay.
You guys know him.
Yeah.
You guys are my friends.
Yeah. But also, you have started a hobby.
I do, yeah. I lately started to sew.
Ooh.
Wow.
And I've made a few pieces for myself. Again, I'm just learning. It's just more of a hobby. And it's really crazy because you know like how hobbies take so much time of your head and you forget about your phone and everything else. So it's also like a therapeutic thing for me as well. And learning all the little details like how this stitch is called and what rules you have to follow. And making clothes is so fun. Making something and you wear it and then you wear the piece and like damn, I made this shit. Like, I made a shirt. Then I made a jacket. I made a pants. Like that to me was like really, really powerful as well. Like I think I can see myself maybe in the future getting more educated about it and following maybe that path. But it's a path that is a very long one, so I want to take my time doing it in the right way.
No, of course. But that's so crazy because I remember when you were telling me, like, you're going to start this, and then you went on a little trip and your friend's mom showed you some stuff, and you were like, I did all of this. Like, all of these things, I learned all of these little tips and tricks.
Exactly.
You came back and made yourself a fucking shirt and a little bag. Like, you're going off, sis.
Yes, I asked... I was really funny because I asked, like, all ladies, hey, what are your treats? Like, tell me your little, like, things so I can learn. Mm-hmm. And I haven't gone to school in, like, so long, but, like, I didn't went to fashion school at all, but I just know what's up. And I mean, not in a bad way, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just knew what I wanted to make, and I knew that I could skip the whole schooling process. Maybe I will invest in that later in the future, but, like, I needed to learn, and I went to the people that I thought they knew. And I went to Minnesota, and this lady, she's been sewing for years, and she sat down with me for 3 days, and she explained to me her process, and I learned so much from her for free. Like,
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
it probably she knows more than a designer.
You're gonna be the next Versace.
No, I'm not
Poppy.
tacky.
Poppy!
But yeah, like, I don't know, it's just a fun thing to do, and I think it goes very well with what I do as a living, and not many people get to say that they love what they do, and I actually love what I do.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So fantastic.
It's so
I love
fun.
that.
So we have a question for you.
Ooh, ask me.
What does the term modern day hippie mean to you?
Oh my god, that's a good question. I think that the modern day hippie, it means to me that it's an individual that loves life and that it has fun in life and that pay the bills for it. 'Cause, I mean, let's be honest. Like, I consider myself a hippie, but I still have to work to pay my bills. So,
Yeah.
so it's more about having some sort of like responsibility sense within you, but also having so much fun in life. Because if you're not having fun in life, then you're wasting your life.
Right.
It's
Being a free spirit.
be a free
still
spirit.
paying the
Follow your
bills.
passions. I'm moving to New York with a limited budget in 2 weeks. I literally sold and gave away all of my shit, and I'm like, hey, I want to follow. That's a modern day hippie move right there.
That's
Are you
real.
Are you a modern day hippie?
I don't know. You guys tell me.
Yes, I think you are 100%. I mean, come on.
Yes.
From sustainability to moving to New York with
Thank you.
nothing, and
Literally.
you're on the glow up.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I have big hopes about this new journey in my life, and yeah, fuck it.
I'm so
It's my life.
proud of you.
It's your
Thank you.
only life, so don't
Yeah,
waste it.
Exactly.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
And I'm
very
gonna
proud
miss
of
you so much.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you
I'm gonna
guys.
start
so
crying.
much.
Okay, yeah, get her out of here, guys. Stop! None of that.
Get
Oh my
me out of
god, we've never had
here.
tears in the studio.
That's what I say. But do you have any advice for two lost souls and all the other lost souls out there that maybe just need some guidance, or I don't know?
I mean, I don't know if I'm the right person to ask for guidance, but
You are.
because I'm still finding my own path. But that's I think that would be my advice: finding your own path, not follow what everybody else follows. And it comes to like trends in clothing or trends in what people is doing in their everydays. Follow what you like and be faithful to yourself. Because the moment that you start cheating on yourself is the moment that you break that one truth connection that you have, and no matter how much you love everybody else, you just have to support and follow what you are and who you are. Number one priority.
Wow.
So don't break that connection and follow your voice within, because that's the one voice that actually is telling you what the move is. I think so. Follow the voice within. That would be my advice.
Wow.
Do what makes you happy, guys.
Yes, do what makes you happy.
Live, laugh, love,
Be happy.
and be true to yourself.
Yes.
And
yes.
get a cat.
No.
But okay, well, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, like anytime. I'm so honored and so humbled to be here. This has been a treat, and I'm happy that you guys count on me on this, because it's just such a honor for me. Honestly.
Seriously,
This was great.
we were talking about like we wanted to ask you to be on the podcast like for a while now. We have like a list of people that we just like
I
had in
love
mind,
that.
and then you told me this man. I wake up last week and I just get a text message from him, and it's a screenshot of his flight, a one-way ticket flight to New York, and I just like instantly started sobbing, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? You were my first friend in the city, and I'm
You were my first friend in the city too.
stop.
Oh.
I know that it's going to be sad.
I know, but it's just like so many emotions, like just so proud, but also like bittersweet that our time in the city, our new girl experiences, but now we're gonna take New York.
Now we're going. Yeah, New York is not ready for us.
Right. Well, definitely go follow Nelson at...
Is Nelson _ Arellano, not French. It's Arellano, whatever you're gonna call it. It's fine.
Sexy Poppy.
You'll find them.
You'll find me, and if you guys have any question or advice or any of your followers, please feel free to ask me. I don't charge for that. I am more than happy to help you find whatever resources you want to find out about sustainability, or even if you have like a small project or craft that you're making now, I have my contacts, and they will actually be happy to like put you in the right path so you don't waste your time trying to try so many things at the same time. So just kind of like go in the right path for what's good for you. And yeah, I'm super happy to help you with any styling, to your mom, your dad, whatever.
Your grandpapa.
One
Grandpappy.
one DM away.
We forgot to mention, but Nelson actually created our modern day hippie logo.
Oh my
yes,
gosh,
yes,
I was literally
forgot.
supposed to like go in our intro is like he is the one that made Modern Day Hippies logo.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
right.
you are.
You started it.
That creative fucking genius.
I love to
Beautiful.
support my friends, and if I get to do it with my RC shit, I will do it.
Yes.
Well,
We
thank
love
you so much.
Thank
love
you for having
so
me.
much.
I love you guys too. I love you,
love
Tay.
you.
I love you, Danita, and cheers to this one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Last cheers. Hey guys!
Thank you so much for listening to Modern Day Hippies. To help support our podcast, leave a 5-star rating. It doesn't seem like much, but it means the most to us.
Follow us on Instagram and visit our website at mdhpodcast.com. Leave any comments, suggestions, and questions in our Connect box.
We love you, Modern Day Hippies.